Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about fake news and its negative impacts on society. In today's digital world, fake news spread very quickly. It affects what people believe, causes argument and conflicts, and sometimes even control whole societies. Social media and biased news channels make it easy for false information to change stories. This often damages the truth and fairness in how we understand the world. One example of this conflict is in Palestine. Fake news has been used to defend human rights abuses, silence important voices, and confuse people around the world. Similar problems have happened with fake news about COVID-19, political elections, and economic issues. These lies have caused very serious real-life problems. Fake news is dangerous because it changes the facts, can lead to violence, and make people lose trust in the media and in important institutions. When people are confused by fake news, they may feel scared or unsure about what is real. This fear can lead to more problems and sometimes even violence. It is very important for us to understand how fake news spread and why is it so harmful. This is especially important in institutions like wars, political events, and in health emergencies. When we understand how fake news works, we can keep people safe and better informed. First, fake news in war zones. Fake news is often used in war to support military actions, give a false picture of what is really happening, and silence the voices of people who are being oppressed. This is especially true in the case of Palestine. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has been discussed all over the world for years. False propaganda has made people see the situation in a very different way, and this has caused many people from different countries to react negatively toward both sides. Social media is full of fake images and videos that show a false version of reality. A lot of these fake posts make it look like Palestinian civilians are violent attackers, even though there is a proof that many Palestinians are victims and suffer from high casualties. This false information affects how people around the world see the conflicts. It also makes it harder to get justice for those who commit crimes in war. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has seen many fake images and videos that try to show victims as aggressor from Al Jazeera 2023. Many news reporters are biased. They are called resistance terrorism and ignore or downplay war from Al-Qaeda 2022. The media plays a big role in how we understand war and violence. Some news channels present resistance movement as terrorist group. At the same time, they don't talk much about what powerful military forces are doing. This control over the story lets facts. The news shape people's minds across the world. It changes how we see who the victims and attackers really are. Because of this, people affected by war may find it harder to get justice. Social media misinformation can even affect global politics. It can shift public opinions, change government decisions, and influence where money and help to go. From Bellingcat 2023. Government and international organizations may support one side in a conflict unfairly because of fake news. This could include military support, sensations, or even change in diplomacy. Next, fake news in politics. Fake news has also played a big role in politics, especially in major elections. Lies and misleading stories have influenced how people vote and even changed election results. For example, during the US presidential election, some people started spreading fake stories, saying the election was not fair. There was no real proof, but the rumors spread quickly on social media. This made many people question if the election was honest. These fake claims did not just stay online, they spread across the country and made people feel worried and uneasy. The 2020 US elections was full of fake news, from false claims about frauds to conspiracy theories about the voting machine, from Bennett and Livingston's 2021. The same thing happened in Brazil's 2022 elections. Apps like WhatsApp and Telegram were filled with fake messages about the candidates. It's from Phillips 2022. For example, some messages falsely claim that one candidate wanted to close churches and raise taxes. These fake stories caused panic and confusions. People had a hard time knowing that was true, which made it difficult to vote wisely. This show dangerous fake news can be during elections. It changes how people think and causes them to vote based on lies. In many countries, political leaders use media they control to spread fake stories. This tricks the public and shapes how people see the government. From Freedom House 2023. These leaders push stories that match their political goals and stop people from hearing different opinions. This harms democracy because it blocks the truth. When people can trust the news or their leaders, it causes arguments and divides communities. Fake news spreads fears and confusions, leading people to make bad choices based on lies. If people stop trusting elections and democracy, they may stop voting. When that happens, corrupt leaders can stay in power. Finally, fake news in health crisis. For example, is the COVID-19. Fake news has also been very harmful during health crisis. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many fake news stories were shared online. This false claim led to people getting sick or even dying. Health misinformation is especially dangerous because it directly affects people's safety. For example, some false claims said that COVID-19 vaccines had microchips in them from 2021. These lies spread fear and confusions. Some people believe the vaccines were unsafe. As a result, many skipped their vaccines and put themselves and others at risk. Other fake news stories suggested using unsafe treatments like hydroxychloroquines, even though they were not proven to work. This misinformation caused unnecessary death and made it harder for hospitals to do their job. From Schaeffer 2022. Fake news kept spreading and health organizations had a hard time controlling the situations. Many people lost trust in health experts and didn't follow important safety rules like wearing masks or social distancing. This mistrust delayed the response to the virus and made the pandemic worse. Fake news even made people doubt science and ignore advice from doctors and health officials. From Larson 2023. False health news is very harmful. It increases the number of deaths and makes pandemic last longer. That's why we need to fight against the misinformation to keep people safe and rebuild trust in the health system. Governments, doctors, and media must work together to share accurate and clear information. Conclusions: fake news has very serious effects on the real world. It causes violence in places like Palestine, changes the outcomes of the elections, and make health crisis more deadly. If we don't stop it, fake news will become an even bigger problem. In a world full of misinformation, we all have a responsibility to check the sources of the news we share. By doing this simple thing, we can help stop the spread of fake news and reduce its harmful effects. We need stronger rules for social media, fact-checking force, and education programs that help people spot fake news. From model and directions from 2021 and UNESCO 2020. We also need to hold media outlets responsible when they are spread false information from Reuters Institute 2023. The problem of fake news is growing, but with better education and stronger law, we can manage it before it causes even more harm. Thank you.